And so you see the fires. Them fires is not accidental. Them fires is deliberate with bad intentions. But it ain't for us. It's for them people that been over there exploiting people. Okay, so I don't know how well they could see that. Cynthia Wesley, Carol
Yeah, it says
Robinson, Andy Mae
Denise, I
Collins.
think. Andy.
Yeah, so the
Cynthia.
the one I can't see is the first one on the that's
Denise.
Cynthia. Look, it's Denise something, but I can't see her last name.
Yeah, her
Matter
name
of
is
fact,
Denise
let me let me look at my phone.
McNana.
Let me tell you 1 second.
Yeah, it's McNana. I think it's McNair. Oh, McNair. Hey, I think it's McNair. Denise McNair, Andy Mayer Collins,
Yeah,
Cynthia
so
Wesley,
I'm gonna go back
and
over them and I'm gonna give you their
Corolla
names.
Robinson.
No, Carol. Look, this who they is.
The first
Denise
one is
McNair. Denise McNair was 11 years old. Carol Robertson was 14 years old. Addie Mae Collins was 14 years old. And Cynthia Wesley was 14 years old. So you got 3 14-year-old girls and an 11-year-old girl blowed up in the church in the name of the Lord. Now, one thing about Birmingham, if you go to the history books, more than one of the contemporary historians of the era say it was the most segregated city in the South. I don't know if that's true, but the opinion that there was is that segregation hardline so strong that it was a very segregated city. What do that mean? It means the niggas stay to the niggas and the crackers stay to the crackers.
Yeah.
Right? And nobody at any time ever reported seeing the paleface even drive down the street in the days leading up to the bombing. Because the way we gossip and the way the segregation was by then, by the time he got from one corner to another, everybody in the neighborhood about to know it's a cracker in the hood. So who set the bomb? Look, I was in the joint when I first learned about this, right? And I was learning from my Panther tutor. His name Gregory Winfrey, called him G. And he was into the black nationalist stuff real heavy, and we was going over this. And I'm looking at all of these articles saying that how segregated this city was, but I don't see one report of anybody saying they seen a pale face in the community. We didn't roll like that back then. If a pale face rolled through back then, it was a sign of danger. They would have seen them if they was planting a bomb.
That's deep. Yeah, they sure would have.
They would have seen them fiddling around the church. But don't nobody know what happened. All of a sudden, the church just blew up.
Because the people that did it look like us and can blend in with us, but they ain't us.
Yeah.
So Joe Biden is going out with a smile on his face and saying that he don't know nothing about none of this. He don't know, they say the government is controlling the weather. That's insane. This is insane.
Look.
He's smiling the whole time he's saying that shit, though, with a grin on his face.
Listen, Joe Biden is an actor. That character that's playing Joe Biden right now is central casting at its finest. They didn't use several different central casting talents in the Joe Biden theatrical performance of the old senile king.
Go ahead.
It's
The
the
Oscar
old
goes to Joe
story. Remember, it's the same story of the jester still in the crown pretending to be the king.
Go ahead. That makes sense.
Right? And so they playing this Hollywood scripted narrative out in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we supposed to be so naive that we fall for it every time, hook, line, and sinker.
Go ahead.
But they know right now that we not falling for it because they not even the fires is not getting the panic out of us that they wanted.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
I seen somebody sent me in my inbox. They sent me a post. It said, I'm so sick of this. These fires is really tearing California up. We need to hurry up and send Ukraine $3 billion.
Right. Hey, somebody said that most of the stuff that's burning down is what they were doing the child trafficking and stuff at, and it's mostly rich celebrities' house that well, some of them was on the
and Zionists. Don't leave the Zionists out because that's who we've been fighting the whole time.
In Malibu, they got them they like a up community, like a gated community up in Malibu, where they house is the one that's burning down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you one way or another they got to get out of here.
Damn.
You don't remember me saying that?
Yeah.
You remember me saying they live in gated communities in upstate New Jersey, upstate New York, and California?
Yeah, Malibu, California. That's what they get.
No. They had a couple of them out there. They're not just in Malibu. They in a couple of other places too. But them was the biggest strongholds.
Yeah. Malibu's most wanted. Somebody said Malibu's most wanted. Yeah, but a lot of the they were showing on them houses, a lot of them houses all of a sudden caught on fire mysteriously. And then look, they said the fire jumped the road. Man, come on, man. They said that ain't never happened. All of a sudden the fire,
the wind can carry the fire across the road.
Go ahead. I done heard of it happening, but
that's been known to happen, but the intensity of the fire had to be very, very intense. Now, that ain't the question about the fire crossing the road. The question is about the manner in which the burns is happening.
Go ahead.
You still have patches of green foliage in the middle of the fire zones. You got whole parts of the neighborhood that's not touched.
That's interesting now.
But they give us the impression that it was a blanket burn. It wasn't a blanket burn. It's following a pattern.
That's what it seemed like, though, Roy. And as you saying that, people were saying something like that. It's like it's going to all the rich communities, like the rich restaurants, specific restaurants that where the children was being trafficked out of. It was like 4 restaurants that they mentioned. And then some of them restaurants came up as like these underground parts of these underground rings. The ones that got
you got to remember the restaurant is not at fault for its customer.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's at fault for the shit it cook in the kitchen.
Go ahead.
You not finna be cooking people and for your celebrity guests because they want some fried baby nuts.
Right.
No, that's what they was doing.
Damn.
That's why a lot of them, but the restaurant ain't necessarily the target though.
Yeah.
But it's collateral damage in the war.
Go ahead.
So they get rid of the ones that held the purse strings of Hollywood. Burn Hollywood, burn. And the grievance is that song.
Right.
All grievances from the people of the land have to be settled.
Go ahead.
Because they came over here and imposed their will upon us without regard for our wishes and our rights. They didn't care about our rights. That's what that video Cowboys, Outlaws and Indians was about that I did.
Yeah.
Because most of us don't know, they just wrote us off as if we wasn't who we were.
Right.
Right. We were classified in the law as foreign dependent nations. Right. We was classified in the law as outlaw rebel tribes. Right. We was classified in their law as enemy belligerent tribes because we wouldn't do the treaties with them. Now that it's time for all debts to be settled in order for us to go into a new golden age, they got to settle all of the debts of the tribes, and they got to get the imposters off the land before we do. When we get turned loose, they turning loose a whole bunch of Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, GDs, Peace Stones, BDs, all these what they call gangs, them the tribes.
Right.
And when they find out what was going on and who the dirty players was in their local areas, they cleaning that shit up. They won't be able to keep it a secret. We know everything they did. It's all on record. Now you seeing the dismantling of the deep state's final. This is the tail of the snake being chopped off because the head and the body are already gone. The tail just wiggling around now. So they trying to create this chaotic situation and hope that we lose our composure. Bitch, we poker face.
Right. Right. Hey man, this ain't nothing, man. They got to do way more than this to get us to get off. Niggas is too. We ain't into this.
Look, go look at who killed Martin Luther King mama. He was a black Jew. He was a black Jew.
Go ahead.
Find out why Sammy Davis Jr. pretended to be a Jew, because some niggas, he'll tell you why he didn't bother, why he stayed away from us, because he said it was niggas doing all the killing of the niggas.
Damn.
All this, I didn't put these receipts out a long time ago.
Yeah, you did.
No, not just Sammy Davis Jr. though. It's a whole list of the elders telling us
ODB.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Everybody look like you ain't like you. And everybody look like you don't like you. Some of them motherfuckers can't stand you. But we ain't know why. Now we know. The gig is up. We done pulled the motherfucking curtain off the dragon. Turned out he was a mouse.
Turned out he was a mouse the whole time, man. Ain't that
King of the motherfucking rats. Mickey motherfucking Mouse.
Ain't that about a big? The whole time, man. We got hustled.
Yeah.
Back door.
But that's how you know, because he was pissing on cotton, so we didn't know he was there.
Hey, my next question I got for you, Rod. Now, we know that this supposedly the president election is, inauguration is coming up January 20th or something like that. You think that they gonna try to keep this up, man? They gonna keep going with this? I mean, the fires. I mean, what's next? The blackout? They gonna try a blackout, nuclear 9/11 style event?
There is nothing off the table in the form of chaotic events that they trying to do. But in the meantime, they trying to get rid. Hey, this is a message to the West. Y'all look out for Kendrick, because they coming for him.
I felt it, Rod.
And y'all look out for Ali Carter, because that's who they was trying, that the sleeper refused to shoot when they went up in New Orleans. I don't know if he supposed to shoot her. He was supposed to got rid of her. He refused.
Well, it's funny you say something about that Kendrick Lamar thing because Kendrick Lamar been saying a lot of slick looks. Like if you don't know the language, you ain't gonna understand what he's saying. But if you listen to his lyrics, he's saying a lot of codes in that lyrics about the dirty players, about the niggas you talking about. And that's the new all the new shit that he putting out about like
Mm-hmm.
that squabble up, and he got nothing called turn the TV off. If you listen to them songs, he's saying little slick little pings and pongs about the black hand in them songs. I listen to it, man. I'm telling you. So yeah, that makes sense now that you saying. Then how he bringing the Crips and the same thing Nipsey was doing. He kind of fall in that same category, starting to fall in that same category of being somebody that's changing the diagramics that they want, going against what they got, they playing. You know what I'm saying? About how they wanted to keep us fighting against each other. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting. 200 years they've been there at this spot, right? Selling groceries. It was like a livelihood, like a flea market for people in Ghana.
Yeah, it's
And then
called a
all of a sudden,
bazaar.
huh?
It's called a bazaar.
Yeah, the bazaar, right? Yeah, that's what it's called, bazaar. And it caught a fire, right? And then when the fire got started, the first fire truck that came had petroleum in it, had fire gas in it. He started spraying it, and it sprayed burned the whole damn village down, whole damn
Yeah.
bazaar down.
So that's not an accident.
That's what I said. Go ahead.
That's
Go
not an
ahead.
accident. You
Yeah.
you know the difference in the water truck and the fuel truck.
Yeah.
The couplings is entirely different on the hoses,
Right.
right?
Right.
That's so you can't accidentally mistake one for the other,
Right.
right?
Right.
Then you just gonna roll up in there spraying gas,
Yeah.
fuel, whatever
Yeah.
kind of fuel it was, kerosene, any of
Diesel.
that.
It was diesel. He was diesel.
So you got to go back to Vietnam and you know that they use diesel to clear villages out because it burns slow and long,
Yep. That's right. Damn.
right? And it's not a real hot heat so that the soldiers can still sweep the area while the structures is burning.
That makes sense now. And they said that they said they want it was right during election time over there. The new guy wanted to build a shopping mall right there. I mean, like a smart mall. These new smart
Mhm.
centers.
Yeah,
They still had the old
that's
style.
not unprecedented though.
Yeah.
Especially over there in Africa, you got to look at what they did for rubber in the Belgium Congo under King Leopold and Cecil Rhodes.
Go ahead.
They literally wiped out villages and turned the villages into the workers. That's called slavery.
Hell
Over
yeah.
here, over there, it was called establishing the organized workforce to clear the land so that we can steal the wealth.
Damn, buddy
I mean,
boy.
it's not looked at as slavery, but the stuff that he did.
They
If you
go.
don't comply, chop off your arm.
Right?
You run away, chop half of your foot off like Kuta Kinte.
Oh yeah. That's slavery.
All right. So those was the tactics ployed to intimidate the tribes not to fight back. They
Mm.
just didn't never realize that the tribe that was invading them wasn't them.
Yeah.
King Leopold was working for the king of Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
He was a nigga.
Go
He
ahead.
was a light skinned nigga with the women say with the pretty eyes. He wasn't no
Right.
cracker. Cecil
Right.
Rhodes was the cracker that was his puppet for
The
the
front
settling
man.
of the Congo. So the what they call warlords, they rise up to try to retake everything back, and then they villainize them. Under the when you under war protocol, you need to finance the war by any means necessary.
Go ahead. Makes sense.
You got to remember that you need two things above all to make the people successful: beans and bullets.
Go ahead. Beans and bullets.
beans and bullets. That
Yeah.
means feed the people and protect the people. You assign the masculine to protect the women and the children, or you gonna have to call for a mile, and we just gonna get rid of everybody that we think ain't us. Right? It was going on because it's when you trying to figure out how to get an oppressor off you, sometimes you don't know how to employ the strategy. A lot of people can't lead from fifth position. You lead from fifth position by understanding the character and nature of the top 5 people. That means self and 4 others. If you know how everybody strategize and move, then you can play fifth position and still control the lead man by giving him valuable, pertinent information that allows him to move more efficiently. You don't never have to change your position to do that. So you keeping the powerful in the right place, but at the same time, you navigating around the enemy because you can see them better from fifth place. Right? So when you get to the average Joe thinking he want to be a leader, he think the leader need to be seen and heard. The leader don't need to be seen and heard. He need to be loved and felt. Right? He need to be loved and felt. He don't need to be seen and heard. He ain't trying to impress nobody because he's not a glamour show. The leader's just effective. And everybody who has the skill set is required to lead according to their skill level and their skill subject matter. What are you skilled in? Is it anybody more skilled than you that can perform the function? Point them out. Right? Now you know who all of the skilled tradesmen are and that we need to use to fight the war. You know who to put where for everybody to have maximum impact in the face of the enemy. Military strategy. The strategies and tactics of war will explain to you more about our condition, our remedy, and how we got in the condition in the first damn place. It's a big old chess game played out in the human arena where they control what they call emotionally polarizing events in order to move the herd of sheep in the direction they want them to go. We the sheep.
Hey, Roy, I noticed I saw Joe Biden giving out awards to different people, and like everybody's on that Epstein list that he gave a damn one of those citizen awards too. But one of the ones that was interesting was Hillary Clinton. And I thought Hillary Clinton was gone, man. Y'all said she pop up, she getting an award, and she talking tough. She
Look,
talking
they
tough
got
like,
more. She got the most. She got the most
yeah.
lookalikes in DC.
That's what I said. Hey, the lady didn't look like that. I said, man, that ain't Hillary. I swear to God, I said that. I said, that ain't Hillary, man. That lady she don't look like Hillary. They don't look like no Hillary. But then I saw another, it looked like older videos they were playing. When I said, oh yeah, that's Hillary. They look like Hillary. But that one they gave that award, they don't look like Hillary, bro. I promise you,
Yeah,
don't.
she got the most. She got the most body doubles in politics.
I'm telling you. That makes sense though. And then look, but she's up there promoting, trying to get this. I'll think of it in a minute. 42 US 233, I think it is. It's where
Yeah.
she talking about they want to shadow ban TikTok and all the other websites
Listen,
because
listen, listen, listen,
yeah.
listen, listen. All that stuff is a stage show.
Mm-hmm.
It's a marionette performance. She's just flopping around on the stage. Don't none of that shit she talking about mean nothing. She's just on stage right now. Her presence is needed. They had some of the lookalikes at Jimmy Carter funeral. Well, we can't tell the difference. Most of us can't tell the difference. We don't know how to read what they call idiosyncrasies, little subtle movements that a person is regularly do, but all of a sudden they doing a different subtlety. Right? The makeup artist is the truth. The CIA lady already came out and told us that they use these skin masks. Trump already told us they use central casting. That's not a secret. Right? They already told you with the Brunson case that almost all these people that they have, 300 and something of these senators and congressmen, don't have an oath of office. Senators, Congress, elected officials, and judges. If they don't have an oath of office and they playing the part, they just acting, central casting. Right? So they put the bill in front of Congress, so when you find out all of the people that they pretending to be ain't here no more, right? Then it'll be like, oh, whoa. They put the bill on the Senate floor that if a sudden absence of 100 or more senators and congressmen, the continuity of operations bill. The average one of us don't be looking at that stuff. That's some boring stuff to look at. I'm just nosy. I want to know what they up to.
And there's somewhere where if all the house get took out, they got like another 7 guys designated to become like the head of the government and shit.
Yeah, it's a hierarchy, but in a state of emergency like that, you need to have a control measure so that you can service the people still, right? But they really doing it as an excuse. Because when the Brunson case come out and they say, well, all these people don't have an oath of office, and then the military, what they call it, the military operation that was being ran under the pretense of political satire, a scripted performance. The scripted performance had an article where they were saying back then that Joe Biden had Alzheimer's and dementia. And also posted where his grave was and that the date on his grave said he'd been dead since 2017. We did that on your show, Elder.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. It's a lot of stuff that, like, I believe the Queen was dead before they told us. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of stuff they hold for the public. Like they want to keep us slow and behind, and we
Well, a
used
lot
to.
of it is to control the narrative.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that if Queen Elizabeth died and there's another royalty somewhere else that's contesting the throne.
There is a Nubian lady right in Africa. She in Africa.
Look, if you have a legitimate heir contesting your seat on the throne as being superior to theirs, then they go into what they call royal lockdown. Right? That means that now you have a contest between two royal families. You have to bring your facts if you're truthful. And you show them in order to overthrow the other without going to war.
Now that makes sense, bro, because the lady that they said that had the throne, she tied to King George III. Now we know King George III was a Nubian dude, we found out. And then the usurp came with Queen Victoria, then down the line, King George, the rest of them down to Queen Elizabeth. So they really not the real royal family. The royal family is up in one of the royal families of that house was in Africa. Like the Africa over there.
They was either in Northwest Africa, Alba Grib, after the expulsion of the Moors from Europe.
Yeah.
Or they was in the Swiss tunnels, cave, cavern, underground cities.
Go ahead.
Right?
Go ahead.
Since I've been telling them that they cleared these people out, they've been posting the tours of these very same living quarters that most of them used to live in. They used to live underground in tunnel network communities.
That's fine.
They had everything they needed down there.
Oh yeah. So like, oh yeah, that's another thing I was gonna ask. So if Donald Trump get in, I mean, well, he already was the president, but like, you know what I'm saying, when this inauguration go through, do you think, and I think I already asked you this, so what do you think the next, if they because they kicking and scratching, man, and they going, we didn't
They ain't
solve no
picking.
fires.
They right. They running down the street, shooting in the air, hoping you don't catch up to them. They just trying to make a whole bunch of noise on the way out. They done.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Right. I remember everything that's going on right now. I pretty much said was going to
Yep,
happen, but it
yep,
wasn't a prophecy.
yep, yep. They
It was
showed you.
it was from reading the codes that they flipped to each other and telling y'all what they saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Just like the White House code green.
right.
Then the next day, Hollywood catch on fire.
Yeah.
We told you that that whole institution got to burn down.
The Hollywood institution.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Magic Wand.
So now the next thing is the banks, the mass arrested judges, and all of these people that think that they police, they gonna have some juice on the land. They about to get arrested too. You see, that's why all them police stations is quitting. The whole forces
Hey,
is quitting.
that's what I heard, man. They said it's a dude that sent me a email saying that they whole thing shut down. Ain't nothing but sheriffs in their town. All the police quit. They got put out of business. Yeah, in their city. Yeah, and look down where I'm at. Ain't no more police. It's only sheriffs. It's only sheriffs down here now. Ain't no police. No police. It's only sheriffs and I think that's it. Just the sheriffs. It ain't no police.
It might be marshals, but they would be special investigations similar to what FBI do.
Yeah, I ain't really seen no U.S. Marshals. I just really seen this number sheriffs.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing
you
but
won't.
sheriffs.
You probably won't. If the sheriff called the marshal's office, they got a
Yeah,
murder or
yeah.
they got a high-end armed robbery.
Okay, okay. I ain't seen no
Right?
state troopers neither. I ain't been seeing no state troopers neither.
No, they police.
Yeah,
They police. Yeah,
highwaymen, robbers,
yeah.
robbers.
That's
Pretty
that's
much.
where they
Jackers.
came from. The highwaymen. Yeah.
Yeah, jackers, pretty much.
Slave patrol.